Hey guys, I just filmed this look on how to get from this to this, and this is just an everyday look that I would do. Like, I'm going to work right now and I'm just filming this on my phone really quick. Um, but this is just my everyday look, and I just kind of explain and touch on all the products I use to get this look every single day. So if you want to know how to get from this to this, just keep watching. Alright, let's get started on just like my everyday eye look. This is kind of what I do every day, like when I go to work and when I'm just like going out. I'm not trying to do anything like special over the top. So I'm just basically going to show all the products I use and how I do it. This is just like I said, my everyday look. It's just what I go to every day. So what I use is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, just the eye palette, the original first one, and clearly you can see I use it a lot. And I also have a couple MAC shadows that I just made my own palette with, and I use a couple of those. And also I use a couple Sephora shadows out of here. Alright, so first you need to just have primer on your lid, and I used the Urban Decay primer potion in the original one. This is just the one I found the best out of the other 3 or 4 that are in the collection. So I just already primed my eyelid, and I set it using just my foundation powder, which is the Studio Fix powder from MAC. So it's all set and my eyebrows are obviously done. So first of all, I'm going to be just going in with a transition color, and I'm going to go in with this peach color right here from the Kat Von D palette, and this is in color Liatus. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's it right there. So I'm just going to go in with like a flat brush like this, and just go ahead and put it in my crease, and go up higher than I would with any of the other colors we're going to be using, because the transition color is a color that needs to be obviously like in between your skin tone and the darkest color that you're going to do. So out of all the other colors that you're going to be putting on your eye, this needs to be the highest up one. And then next we're going to go in with a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to go in on my MAC palette right here, and this color right here, which is Wedge from MAC, and I'm just going to go in and put that kind of in the same area that we put the first color from the Kat Von D palette, and this is just going to go in a little lower. So if you can see, like, it goes up higher here from the first transition color, and then you're just going to put it a little lower, and this all just helps with all of the blending. It makes it easier for the color to have a smooth gradient. And then we're going to go in with another brush that is just like the same one that we just used, like a fluffy brush, but just a different one so you don't mix the colors. And I'm going to go in with, on the MAC palette also, it's right here, and this is called Saddle from MAC, and it's just like a warm brown color. And this is also going to go right in the crease, right under where we put the last color. So every single color just goes lower and lower than the color you put on before it. And then if you need to blend it out, just go in with the brush that you used from the other color and go in with the color before it and just blend that out a little bit. And then I go in with the flat brush that we used on the very first color for the transition color and just put it over it, and it just makes it look very smooth, so there's no line, like a starting and finishing line. So it should look something like that right now. And then I just have a little brush like this. It's just a little smaller than the other brush. This is just from e.l.f. And I go in with this dark brown color right here from the Kat Von D palette, and that is called Solas. I don't understand what these names are. And this is the darkest color that I'm going to be using, or one of the darkest colors. So this goes, oh, I'm sorry, this goes right here, on the outer corner, and then I carry it up in the crease a little bit, like where you see that line is. I just kind of put it right in the line and just kind of stop like right where the pupil starts. So that's where I'm kind of gonna stop. So it should look something like that. And you can add as much or as little as you please. And then I'm gonna go in again with the last brush that we used for the warm brown color and just blend that out a tiny bit. So the look that I'm going for is just really, really blended and warm in the crease, and then just darken it up right here for some dimension. And then I really like, lately I've been doing like, I really like a strong, like, I'm saying like a lot, I just like to have white, like a really stark white on the lid of the eye, and then a really strong highlight on the brow bone, and it's a really strong contrast. That's what I was thinking of, like a really strong contrast between the dark colors in the crease and then a light color here and a light color here. So for the highlight colors, I use 2 different highlights for the eye, and for the first one I'm going to use this white color right here, which is called White Frost from MAC, and I just go in with a little packing brush like this. It's just from Eco Tools. I don't have any crazy brushes or anything, so. And then this just goes right here, and you can see how it highlights a little bit. It's right there. This is just like, I kind of use it as like a base highlight a little bit, just because it's not as intense, so I kind of put it on the whole brow bone, and then I'll go in with a more intense highlight on the part that I want it to be the most intense. And I also put it right here on the inner corner of the eye, because I have really small eyes, and this just helps open it up a little wider. And then I just kind of use that and like push it up into the inner crease a little bit and under the eye a little bit, like that. And then since that has a little bit of shimmer in it, I don't want that on the lid because it would make I don't really like my eyelids looking shimmery. I just like my eyes to look all matte. So I'm going to go in again with a fluffy brush. This is from e.l.f. also. It's just a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to go in with this really, really white color from the Kat Von D palette. And this is Salios, whatever that is. And this is the whitest shadow I've ever used. So I put that right there on the lid, and you can kind of use it to clean up the color you put in the crease. If you like went down too low, this will cover it up pretty much. If you don't want it to be like such a strong line right there, you can just go in and blend it out so it kind of blends in a little bit. And I just keep packing on the white. I want it to be the whitest right here in the middle. And I kind of just sweep it under it here a little bit just to make it bright under the eye. Just put it right here a little bit. So it should look something like that. And then for the highlight on the brow bone, I'm going to go in with this little Real Techniques brush. It's just a really tiny precision brush, and I'm going to go in on my little Z palette from Sephora, and I'm going to use this white color. I have no idea what it's called. I don't know if they have names on the back. No. But it's just a really shiny white color. And I go in. I'm also going to use this on the inner corner, but I'm going to wait until I have all the eyeliner on first. So I'm just going to pack that shiny white color right here, just on the highest part of the brow arch. I'm not going to put it all right here because that's where I already put the lighter white color. So I'm just going to put it right here, and then go in with the brush that you used your transition color and just blend it out so there's not like a strong white line right there. Looks something like that. And then I also just have this really fluffy blending brush with no product on it. I just kind of use it to go over to make sure there's no harsh lines in around the outside of it. So it should look something like that right now. And then also I'm going to go in with my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. And I just use this palette mostly for this black color, which is called Blackout. Um, and I'm going to go in with a really small and thin angle brush from e.l.f. also. And for this, I just spray the brush with Fix Plus spray from MAC, and it just makes the black go on a lot like more creamy, I guess, and it goes on without all the fallout that you normally get from black eyeshadow. Because I don't use eyeliner on my eyes because my eyes get really sensitive with eyeliner. So for some reason, this just works a lot better for me. So I just go in and line basically the whole lash line. And I can't really talk while I do it, sorry. So I always start with the inner corner, then the outer corner, and then I meet it in the middle. And I do a little tiny wing, but not anything crazy. I just do it to make my eyes look a little longer and bigger, but not really doing it for the look of a wing. And I like to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. So for me, like, I like it really, really close to the lash line, so I like use the brush to kind of push down the eyelashes and just get it right on the root of the eyelash. If you can see, that's what I'm doing. Especially on the inner corner, I don't want it to be thick on the inner corner. On the outer corner, I kind of smoke it out a tiny bit just so it's not too precise. But on the inner corner, I like it being very, very thin. So it should look something like that. So the wing, when you open it, it doesn't really have the look of a wing. It just kind of, once I put the mascara on, it kind of just makes the eye look a little longer. And like I said, on the outside, it kind of just smudged it out a little bit. And then sometimes I just go in and bring the wing down a tiny bit and just point out the inner corner like I did just there, just to make it kind of look more carried out on the inside. It doesn't make a huge difference, but oh well. And then I go in with the highlight for the inner corner, the same thing I use for the brow bone, just the white color from the Sephora eyeshadows, and I'm gonna go in and just place it right here. And this kind of just intensifies where I put the highlight color before, but obviously if you don't want to do that, then don't do it. But I just do it for me because I really like an intense highlight here and here. And you can obviously just go back and make that a little more highlighted. And for the mascara, I go in and use this Better Than Sex from Too Faced. And I just go in and put that right on the lashes. So basically that's how it should look when I'm done. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. This is just my everyday look that I would do going to work. I'm actually going to work right now, so I'm going to go finish the other eye, obviously. And thank you for watching again, and I hope you learned something from what I use or how I use it. And yeah, thank you. Bye.